Go to sit here up at the edge. Okay. Again, I'm going to brace the bed up because you want to conserve your back as much as you can. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of scooch this back a little bit. All right. Obviously, she wouldn't have her gate belt on already. Okay. Make sure when you're done, you take the gate belt off. It's a common thing that students forget. Okay. So I'll show you how you can do that if you do forget. All right. So we're going to roll you to the side here. Okay, and sit you up at the edge of the bed. Okay. All right. So we're just going to tuck our arm in like this. Okay. I'm going to bring this knee up. Why do I bring this knee up? Gravity. Why else? Yeah, plus it takes the pressure off her back. And when she's just rolling totally straight, it actually puts more pressure on her back. Okay. So it's helping me because it pushes this way with the weight. It's helping her because it takes the pressure off her back a little bit. Right? When you lay flat, doesn't it hurt your back more than if you put your knees up? Okay. All right, so we're just going to roll her to the side. You guys guide me here. So, right? Now what? Everybody at once.
Any pain, dizziness?
Yeah, I can ask her. She probably won't have any dizziness, but I'll ask her for pain. Dizziness is more when she sits up at the edge. Yep, put the side rail down. Okay. Now what? I'm going to sit her up. Okay. When I go to sit her up, okay, you want to make sure you get underneath the patient. Don't grab onto the neck. Okay. So you want to kind of grab, I'm grabbing basically the shoulder girdle. Okay. Not up here. All right. So I'm going to get underneath her. I'm going to grab here. Okay. We're going to straighten this leg out a little bit now. Okay. And on 3, I want you to push up as much as you can with your right arm. Okay. And try and help me up. Okay. Ready on 3. 1, 2, and push up. 3. Good. Okay. Now I ask her, William. Yeah. Are you right?
Are you dizzy?
Are you dizzy or anything? Because this is when your patient's blood pressure will start to drop. Is when they're sitting up at the edge. What if she says she is dizzy? Now what?
Let her sit.
Just let her sit for a second. Let's just kind of sit here and see if it normalizes, right? We'll hang out a little bit, right? Odds are it probably normalize. Okay? What if it still doesn't? Well, yeah, I probably want to take her blood pressure, right? And check to see what is her blood pressure like. And then I can tell the nurse, okay, the blood pressure is X. Okay? So, you know, I want something that is actual data. Now, I'm going to do what next?
You got to put the bed down.
Lower the bed down, right? Okay. And again, I'm not going to let go of her because she's had a stroke. Did she fall?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Her trunk control is probably not that great. Okay. Now, I want to make sure her feet are flat on the floor. How do they look? They look okay, so I don't need to scoot her forward, right? And at this point, this is where you would put the gate belt on all that. Okay. Everybody's good so far?
Yeah.
Now, I'm still holding on to her. Bringing the wheelchair over. Okay, no points off for that. Okay. Now, what I did wrong was I should have taken the armrest off first. So points off for me, shame. Okay. You do want to try and do this beforehand. Okay. All right. Now, because usually it's best take the leg rest off the wheelchair, take the armrest off the wheelchair, have it all ready, all prepared before you get them sitting up at the edge of the bed. Now, what am I going to do? Also,
Have a reach.
yeah, I'm going to have you reach all the way over here, grab onto that, and we're just going to sit right here, okay? And we're going to go on 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stabilize at her knees, okay? When I pivot, it's really important. You guys all know how to pivot now? Did she show you? So when you pivot, you're literally doing this, okay? It's not this, all right?
On your heel.
Yeah, yeah, on the balls of your feet, or on your heels, either way. You can do it this way. Okay, or you can do it this way. They're both fine, as long as it's something, you know, on your feet, not from your trunk. Okay, so we're gonna do this on 3. Ready? 1, 2. Yeah, we get it. All right. Sorry. It's okay. So she's up in the chair, right? Now, let's. For the sake of this comp, okay, she's back in the wheelchair, okay. She's going to have to go back in the bed. What am I going to have to do?
Reverse everything.
Right. So, here's what you can do at this point. Okay, I can reverse her around in the chair. The problem is, if I push her forward, what can happen? She could fall forward, fall out of the chair. So I can do this one of two ways. Okay, when I turn her around, I can bring her backwards like this, and we're fine. As long as I am bringing my patient backwards. Okay. If I need to push her forward at all, if I think I need to push her forward at all, you either need to do one of two things. Lift her legs up or put the wheelchair leg rest on. I think I told you guys I have a friend who's a PT. Her mother died in a nursing home because they were pushing her forward in the wheelchair with no leg rest on. Her foot came down. She got a subdural hematoma. So, yeah. So make sure that if you ever have to push a patient in a wheelchair with no leg rest, which is going to happen, you're going to be in a facility where there's just no leg rest. You need to take them backwards. As long as they're backwards, their feet may be bouncing around and everything, it's not dangerous. Okay, you know, if their feet fall. If you're pushing them forward and it happens, it's dangerous. It could be fatal. Okay. So I can bring her around this way as long as I'm bringing her backwards. Okay. I'm okay. Alright, take her backwards the whole way. We're fine. Everybody see that? I didn't push her forward at all. So I'm bringing her back into bed. Okay, I'm going to bring her the same way towards the right. Now, when you bring the patient back into bed, you guys haven't practiced this yet, right? When you bring a patient back into the bed, always shoot for getting them higher up in bed rather than lower in bed. You don't want to transfer to here. You want to make sure you transfer it to the higher point. It's easier to bring a patient down in the bed than to bring them up in the bed. Okay? So I'm going to bring her here. I'm going to put her at an angle. Okay? Excellent. Okay, so when I go to get her into bed, what do you guys think? You think it's too low or too high? So, but I mean the position of the wheelchair. Too low. Okay. So I'm going to bring her this way. I don't know if I can go any lower here. Oh, that's it. Okay. Up just a tad. This is one of the things students said too. We should simulate a cumbersome room. How many of you guys work in healthcare facilities? Yeah. You ever have this much space?
No.
Never. It's the reality of it. Okay, so my goal again is to get her here. So I'm going to take the armrest off. Okay, just set it right here. Okay, just like I did for having her reach for the armrest, I'm going to have her reach with a strong arm to where?
To the bed.
The bed, because that's where we're going. Now she's already completed part of the transfer. She's already going that way now. Makes it a whole lot easier on both of us. Okay? So on 3, we're just going to push up and you're going to sit right here, okay? All right, on 3. Ready? 1, 2, and good. Not bad for a young kid. Okay, now what? This is a good reality, isn't it? Before I lay her back down, what?
Okay,
Take off the gate belt. Scooting back's not really that important when you're laying the patient down. It's when you're getting up. Okay. So, how am I going to direct her for the laying down? What's that?
You're going to tell her that you're going to reach up under her legs and that
Mhm.
you're going to assist her in swinging her legs around while she slightly lays back to help you with the turn.
Yeah, so what you're going to do is I'm going to get underneath your legs. You're going to kind of lay to your side. And we're going to do it in one motion like that. Everybody see that? Okay. And then she's all comfy. Now, what if, okay, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios that can happen to you guys. I forgot the gate belt. Oh, it's still on her.
You can have her roll.
Roll back up to
I would sit her back at the edge. Because if you take the gate belt off her while she's laying in bed, you cause a skin abrasion. It happens very easily. So I would not take it off while she's supine. As pain as it is, okay, I would sit her back at the edge of the bed, take it off, and then lay her back down again. Okay. I've seen a lot of therapists where they take it off very sneakily, you know, but just that little bit can actually, you know, damage the skin. Okay. Now, what if she's too low in bed? Go ahead and scooch down. Man, she doesn't look comfortable at all, does she? Okay.
Bring the pillows down.
Yeah, bring the pillows down. Say, there you go. Have a great day.
Raise the feet up.
Yeah. There is something in the bed called a Trendelenburg. Okay. And make sure if you leave the patient, this is up. Yep. I will dock you guys on that. So make sure you if I'm leaving her side to do an adjustment here, make sure that you get the All right, so on here, let's see here. Okay. So if you guys look here, there's a Trendelenburg, okay? And what it does is it can either raise all the head up or the feet up. So when I do this, okay, so now her right arm, right, is strong, okay? So can you reach up? Can you reach that high? Grab onto that right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring this down so I preserve my back. Okay. I'm going to raise this up a little bit more so I protect my back. Okay. And I want you to use this leg. Okay. And on 3, I want you to pull up and push up with this leg, and we're going to scoot you to the head of the bed. You ready? Watch this. Couple fingers. Okay. Boom. That's it. I mean, you barely have to help the patient when you do this. Again, be smarter with it, guys. Don't heave ho. Yeah, don't heave ho.
What
Okay?
if skin integrity issue, like with the sliding?
It shouldn't be because it's just, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue.